Good evening. Welcome to another Thursday's Tech Talk HelpIn. Tonight we're going to be demonstrating the Hisense RK3288 Chromebook. It carries a list price of $149 and is available only through Walmart. There is a similar test Chromebook uh, put out by Haier, that's Haier, and it is only available through Amazon. Uh, it is something new. It's using a new chipset that they haven't been used before in Chromebooks. We're seeing if this is a viable machine that you can conduct Hangouts on. And it would seem, as of right now, that indeed it is. Uh, right now, I'm using the built-in camera, the Logitech headset. I've got a wired mouse. I am on the Ethernet connection. And the mere fact that this is recording, although I'm getting a blue tint on my screen that I have no idea what is going on, I'm going to take this up. So if you come in and want into the filmstrip, I won't be able to see you for a few minutes. I'm going to take this full screen and see what happens. Okay, there's full screen. Now it seems to be doing something. I'm not sure what. I'm going to take a screenshot of this so that I can show it to them later. Okay, we've got that. Now I'm going to get, this is basically to show you what the internal camera looks like. I'm going to switch cameras. I'm going to switch to the Logitech C920 and see what that does for the picture. It seems to be very, very slow in recognizing changes. I don't know whether that is a function of the chipset, the machine. It shouldn't be the bandwidth because I tested that just before we went live, and the bandwidth was fine, both wireless and wired. Um, but anyway, this will give you an idea of the output of this little $149 machine. Now, it only comes with two USB ports. So if you want a wired, and it has no Ethernet port. If you want an Ethernet port, you have to use one of the UVS ports and get you an Ethernet to USB converter. Plug your Ethernet cable into the one end, plug the other part into the USB port in the machine. That leaves you one port for a camera or a mouse or some hard drive peripheral that you might want, or a headset. What I did was I've connected up a 4-port powered hub so that I connect the external camera, in this case the Logitech 920, the Microsoft 3000 XL headset. I've got a wired Hewlett-Packard mouse to this thing. To get all this so it can be produced. Now, from this end, it is looking like this is recording okay. The picture is a little bright for me. I'm having to turn the screen down. It's so bright, but I don't know what that looks like on the other end. We'll see when we look at the YouTube thing later. Let me take this down. And I still don't see anybody over in the events asking to be added, so I'm going to assume that there's nobody over there. So I will Okay, now I've taken this down to half screen so I can see both in case somebody comes in, I'll be able to see. But as I was saying, to really use this machine, you would have to have a minimum. If you didn't want to use the internal camera mic, and believe me, the internal camera and the internal microphone, they are not up to par if you want to do a Hangout on air. Okay, the camera may be, the microphone definitely is not. I've been running tests all morning long, and it just won't do to run a Hangout. So I would suggest at a minimum this machine for $149. Get you a Logitech C920 external camera. Get you a external headset or earbuds of some type. And if you don't like using a trackpad and the keyboard on this, you could get you the package, the Chrome wireless keyboard and mouse. So that would give you your camera, your headset, your keyboard and mouse, and what am I forgetting? Anyway, you'd have 4 ports. You could get all your equipment attached to this thing to actually run the Hangout. And I believe that you could. Now, it's a little sluggish, it appears to me, but I don't know whether that's really sluggish or whether it's because I'm so used to my Chromebox, which is way fast, about 5 times faster than this machine. I ran an octane rating on this machine, and it ran 6804. I ran immediately thereafter a octane rating on my Chromebook. On my Chromebox, and it ran 30,608. So it's basically 5 times faster. But like I say, you out there will have to judge what it's like because I can only see from this end. But it looks like it could conceivably be done. Richard, I'm going to bring you in since you're out there. Hang on a second. Let me send you an invitation if I can figure out where this thing is. There he is. Click that, and we say invite, and then the invite has been sent to Richard to join us. And we'll see how that goes. But it basically it looks like it could be done. Like I say, you'd have to be a little bit patient because it is not the quickest machine in the world. And for $149, you couldn't really expect it to be. But it does seem adequate for doing a Hangout on air. And that surprises me. Because quite frankly, I expected this thing to fail. I did not believe that with this chipset that it would be able to handle what it needed to handle to hold a Hangout on there. And here's Richard.
Hello.
Hello. What's it look like on that end? Uh-oh.
Yeah. I mean, you're not putting this on my cell. I mean, I'm on my cell phone right now.
But the lighting in the picture's okay?
Good.
Okay, what about the audio? Uh-oh, it looks like Richard is frozen up. That's unfortunate. Okay. Richard, I don't know whether you can hear me or not. You may want to go out and come back in because you're frozen up. Or either I'm frozen up, one of the two. I don't know which. And it could be me. It could be Comcast having another breakdown. It got very iffy last night for some reason. Okay. Now.
Next.
Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing your picture, but I'm not seeing you. But if anybody wants to duplicate this, get you the Hisense Chromebook, get you the Logitech C920 camera, get you a set of earbuds or some sort of headset and built-in microphone, and then you can either get you a wired mouse, or if you want to go upscale a little bit, you can get the wireless mouse and keyboard combo. So you've got 149, 70, 10 per mouse. You know, that's 80 and 50. So about $230, you could have you a machine dedicated to nothing but Hangouts. That's all you would expect this machine to do. You could do other things with it, like browsing the web and maybe doing. But I'm looking for something that where people can have a dedicated machine. Every time they want to go to a Hangout, make a Hangout, they go to that machine. They don't have to fool with their big machine. They don't need a tablet. You get this little thing and fly with it. Oh, Richard has joined us again.
Yep, I'm back.
Is it sounding okay out there?
Yeah, it sounds fine to me. The only thing that's not so hot is now at least your picture is blurry and your voice was a little low.
Huh. Okay, because I haven't changed anything. It may be the band thing that's going crazy.
I think it's the bandwidth, because on my phone you were good, you know.
Yeah, it could be because well, it's 7 o'clock. My neighbor next door came in. He's a movie sucker. Yeah, I think that's all he does is sit around all day and all night and download movies. Anytime he's home, my bandwidth just drops tremendously. When he's not home,
Like right now, it looks good.
it flies. Okay, yeah. If it's going in and out, then it's got to be the bandwidth thing, because I don't have any other computers on. I turned everything off. I didn't even turn the TV. You know, the other day how I had it set with the monitor using part of the light, and it was causing the flicker. I've got all that turned off. Although I did add a second light back in the corner, so I've got my clamp light in front aimed at the wall and the ceiling, and then I've got a shadeless lamp behind it that putting out light everywhere. You know.
Well, the lightness is fine. It's just that it gets blurry at times.
Yeah.
Not real blurry, but it's
not. Yeah. And it may be the processing power of this thing, because like I say, this machine is using a video chipset that I'm not familiar with. I do know that it is not the Intel 5500 integrated graphics that most Chromebooks have. So, that may be a part of it too. But from what I've seen, you could, if you were on a budget, get one of these, whatever peripherals you needed. Some people may find the internal mic and camera fine, but in fact, hang on, let me see if I can't go down here. And I'm going to change. We're going to go from the input, we're going to go to the... Okay, this is using the internal microphone.
That one sounds like it's a little bit like it's in a can.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. I'm hearing all sorts of, hang on, let me get this set back up here. So I've got, now that should be the good microphone.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, and then I've got to shrink this down because somebody is obviously, I'm hearing pinging coming from somewhere, but I don't know where.
Um,
Oh, wait, I see it's Russ Worthington, maybe? Hang on, let me get this over here. This thing has got such a small screen. Uh, Interesting. Uh, oh, okay. He wants in. All right, hang on, Russ. I'll send you an invitation. We say plus, invite people. We wait for the screen. That's the only thing this thing is not. I'm not used to having to wait this long for the next screen to come up. Okay, Russ, and the invitation has been sent.
I saw a computer. It was actually, well, they call it a notebook and or laptop, but that thing was $199, and it's nice for what it is. But it's like a 2.6 gigahertz up to 2.5, or 2.6 even up to 2.50, I guess, speed, and it has a burner in it. It has um, a USB and a 3.0 and 2.0 USBs, another jack, an HDMI jack, either a phone or microphone you plug in, everything in that thing. I was tempted to buy it, but I didn't yet.
You've got a text message.
Okay, I'm not sure what that was all about.
I would say Russ got a text message.
Hello, Russ. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. You're good and solid, clean, crisp. I've been watching you for 8 or 10 minutes or whatever it's been, and you've been very solid, except when you went off your headset.
Yeah, when I went back to the internal mic, it was
Yeah.
the first time
not.
I tried it. Well, the first time I tried it, I had two other machines going at the same time, and it
Yeah.
sounded like I was talking. You know how it sounds when you're talking to a fan, and it blah 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 blah.
Yeah, right.
That's what it sounded like because, well, I
Yeah.
had three machines splitting the bandwidth, and this thing needs all the help it can get with this little weak chipset that it's got.
Yeah.
But
I was seeing Richard not as clean as crisp as you were. So I don't believe what Richard was seeing is you.
Okay.
Because you're as solid as when I was watching you before. Lighting, sound, everything's good.
Now that's interesting because just as you were talking, on my side, it looked like a ripple went across. It looked like somebody dropped a pebble into a pool, and it just sort of rippled across the screen and went away. So, you know, but like I say, with this thing, I'm surprised really that it can conduct a hangout at all.
Well,
You know,
but the good news is it's a Chrome, so you got other issues aside. You don't have to have a plug-in, so you got the notion that you were doing this experiment is right on because it's all Google. I would just add that you can use, I believe that you can use Google Drive and all of the features on Google Drive with that same machine.
yeah, you can.
Yes.
And if somebody if somebody was looking for probably the cheapest setup, I don't know that I'd go with this new machine. My first instinct would be to go to eBay and try and find a used machine, maybe a 4 gig used machine.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some on 4 gig machines on eBay as low as $119.
Yeah, right. Right.
Which is $30 less than this. But if they wanted, a new machine with the warranty and everything, And the fact that I've got one, if they wanted to buy one and need help with it, I'd be able to help them because I've got the same machine they do.
Right, right.
You know, and that, of course, anybody that's got an Acer 710, if you need help with that, I've got one of those too. So, you know, give a yell if you need help on it.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to. I knew you were going to do this, and we're getting ready to do an orientation here in a couple minutes. So I didn't want to come in, but I wanted to just. I was posting with your event the comments, and you weren't picking them up, which is fine. So
yeah, well, you know, usually I set up 2 screens, you know,
yeah.
2 half screens. Well, on this little bitty screen, if I do that, the print's so small on that half screen, I have to go over and make it full screen anyway before I can even see it. You know, that's the one thing. If you had a list of people that you wanted in and could invite them in as soon as you started the Hangout, then you wouldn't have to run 2 screens. You could run the one with the comments under it and watch it and everything, you know.
Yeah.
But I've been trying different layouts just to see how it looks, you know, what can be done.
Did you get a USB monitor?
No, because I checked into them, and apparently it takes some software control to be downloaded.
Nope, absolutely not. I've got one.
Yeah, but yours is on a Mac.
No, it's not. It's on a PC.
Okay, because I looked under the operating systems that it supports, and it didn't list Chrome. It listed iOS, it listed Windows, it listed Linux. And
I wonder why. Because it does. I just plug it in, and I've taken it from a Mac to PC to laptop. In fact, it's in my backpack. You saw that picture that Mert and I did in Rhode Island last weekend, right?
Yeah, yeah. In fact, that's the reason I asked you about it, because I saw it in the picture that you posted.
Well, that's that second screen is in my backpack because I'm going to DC tomorrow night and or on Saturday, and I'm going to take it. So I'm going to have a projector, my second USB monitor, and my laptop in an HOA. So I want to have that second monitor because Mert's going to be presenting virtually.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing I did find out about Chrome, though. The Chrome OS will only support a maximum of 2 monitors. You can't have 3 or 4 monitors.
Oh, okay. You can't be Michael. Won't work for Michael.
Not well. the it's funny. The Chrome browser, of course, you can have as many monitors as you want on a Windows machine and use the Chrome browser. But if you're running the Chrome operating system, it won't support more than 2. So you've got your internal, your laptop screen, and you can add 1 external monitor to it. Or if you've got a Chrome box, you can have 2 external monitors attached to the Chrome box, but you can't connect 3 up to a Chrome box.
Right.
It won't support it. Which I was a little disappointed in.
Yeah, I gotta run. I just want to come in and
I thank you.
Give you a little feedback there for whatever that's worth. And I wanted to see how this experiment went.
Yeah, I want to see how the video comes out when we finish.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
All right.
Thanks
you later. Thanks, Richard. Talk to you later, Andrew. Thanks.
Bye-bye. He's a good guy.
Yep, he's nice.
Yeah. So it looks like, hang on, I'm still manipulating screens here.
That's quite all right.
So it looks like we are still just us out there. I don't see anybody else. Asking to join the film strip. Oh, and the reason may be because I have I'm on the wrong screen. Now I can see it, and I still don't see anybody wanting to join the film strip. between this little screen and the slow, because like if I click on something, I'm used to my Chromebox and it just, changes like that. This one I click on and I have to wait and I look and it's like, why didn't it change screens? And I'm tempted to click it again. And then when I do, then I get a double flash where it's on and off again. But I don't know whether any of that's going to show in the YouTube recording or not. Yeah. Well, I think, what time is it? It is.
5:30 almost. Well,
Okay.
here.
Okay. Well, if nobody, I've covered everything I think I set out to prove with this. You can run a Bible HOA from this machine. You have to really have a powered hub to get all your stuff attached. That's the only really major drawback of this, is just having those two USB ports. And unfortunately, they are both USB 2. It has no USB 3 ports. So it's going to be slower than most other Chromebooks on the market. But for a cheap machine to run a Hangout, yes, it can be done. And I think that will be my final conclusion. I'm going to go ahead and stop this broadcast so it can go ahead and be getting up to YouTube so others can see it.
Okay. It still has you, well, not right now, but at times it has you as blurry. And I'm not on Wi-Fi, so it can't have anything to do with that.
Well, like I say, when Russ was here, it got a ripple across it, like, hang on, let me, okay, I clicked stop broadcast, but it didn't stop.
That's this